People who worked for super wealthy people, what was the most unexpected thing you encountered? I thought landing a $250,000 salary to be a personal assistant was my lucky break, but I had absolutely no idea I was actually being hired to cover up a major crime. My new boss was a multi-billionaire tech CEO who lived in an isolated, fortress-like mansion. During my intense interview, I had to sign an ironclad non-disclosure agreement just to get the address. My daily duties were incredibly specific, but surprisingly easy. I was strictly told to order expensive vegan meals, buy designer clothes in a size 4, and rumple the sheets on the left side of the master bed. I was told these bizarre tasks were for his extremely reclusive wife, who supposedly never left the East Wing. For 6 completely normal months, I never once saw her face. I just did my job, collected my massive paychecks, and kept my mouth entirely shut. But everything changed on a freezing Tuesday evening in November. The massive estate was completely empty because my boss had flown to Tokyo for a business conference. I was carrying a fresh stack of silk pajamas up the grand staircase. Suddenly, the heavy oak doors to the restricted East Wing violently blew open in the draft. I knew I would be instantly fired for looking inside, but my curiosity completely took over. I slowly pushed the door open and stepped into the freezing, pitch-black hallway. I nervously flipped the light switch, fully expecting to see a lavish private suite. Instead, the massive room was completely stripped down to the bare concrete. There was absolutely no furniture, no clothing, and definitely no wife. The only thing sitting in the center of the dark room was a heavy stainless steel industrial freezer. My hands were violently shaking as I slowly lifted the heavy metal latch. Inside the freezing mist was every single untouched vegan meal I had ordered for the last 6 months. But right underneath the neatly stacked food containers, my heart completely stopped. There was a heavy, tightly sealed black garbage bag at the bottom. It was perfectly shaped like a human body, and it was wearing the exact same size 4 designer dress I had purchased on my very first day. My boss wasn't actually paying me to take care of his sick wife. He was paying me to create an active physical and financial footprint so the police wouldn't realize she was missing. I dropped the pajamas on the floor, completely paralyzed by absolute terror. And then, the front door security alarm loudly chimed. The automated voice announced my boss had just returned from Tokyo 2 days early. I heard the heavy deadbolt lock behind him from the inside. If you were trapped in an isolated mansion with a billionaire killer, would you try to hide or make a run for the door?